Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This video is showcasing our walk and explore around the Belfry of Ghent, one of the city's most famous landmarks, and we'd love it if you could join us whilst we visit. The visit starts in the cloth hall. This was once a marketplace for the wool and cloth trade and was built onto the Ghent Belfry. Construction work started in the 15th century, but it wasn't until 1093 that the original plan for the cloth hall resurfaced and the construction executed as originally intended. But by the time the construction was completed, the cloth industry was already past its prime. A lack of funds meant that only 9 of the planned 11 facade surfaces were actually built. This basement level is the secrecy room, which, as the name suggests, serves as a hiding ground for valuable records which were kept in heavy chain trunks. This place also served as a hideout for some of the Germans during World War II. The Belfry of Ghent was intended as a tribute to the power struggle between the people of Ghent and the Count of Flanders since the 11th century. The Belfry symbolised the political power that the trades and guilds had gained on the city's council. It also symbolised the city's prosperity and independence. As one of the belfries of Belgium and France, the Belfry of Ghent is recognised as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 300 feet high bell tower was completed in the 14th century, and it's middle of one of the 3 towers of Ghent, located in between the St Nicholas Church and St Bavo's Cathedral. Later you'll get to see these views from the top, which are just so spectacular. The Belfry is considered one of the most important landmarks for the city, and one that has witnessed centuries of Ghent's history, as well as its symbolism. The tower took over 60 years to complete due to interruptions from war, plagues and political unrest. It initially functioned as a bell tower, and storage for municipal archives, treasury and a watchtower that was manned by the town guards. On the first floor of here you can enjoy more about the Belfry's history and time, and of course the tale of the dragon. A dragon statue tops the Belfry of Ghent ever since 1377, but it wasn't just the fierce mascot who watched over the city, but it was also the guard of the city privilege which were once kept in a chest at the Belfry for over a century. There's a centuries old tradition that for very special occasions the dragon would breathe out fire. Some examples of this are the baptism of the soon-to-be Emperor Charles V in the year of the 1500s, and the visit of William, the Prince of Orange, to Ghent, and for 10 days back in 2018, the dragon set the sky on fire once again to celebrate the 175th edition of the wonderful Ghent Festival. Legend has it that the gilded dragon first featured on the prow of the ship which the Norwegian king Sigrid Magnusson left with on a crusade in the 1100s. He then offered the statue to the Emperor of Constantinople, for then some 100 years later, the Flemish Count Baldwin IX had the showpiece transported to the Flemish region, and it's here that the Norwegian dragon ended up in the hands of the Belgian people. Over the years the dragon has been replaced with different versions. Some of them are still kept inside the Belfry Museum, and there is still a proud dragon on top of the Belfry Tower. There is a short climb to get to the level where there's an elevator that takes you to the top, where there is the machinery for the giant bells that ring at the top of the hour. Over the centuries the tower has been modified and expanded to accommodate more bells. Today it contains a 54-bell carillon, and it's historic architecture that makes it a famous landmark. A carillon is the world's heaviest musical instrument, and it's here that it was installed in 1552, with 18 bells in the belfry. The carillon now has 54 bells and weighs over 30 tons. It can be played in 2 different ways. The first with somebody who sits behind a keyboard with sticks and pedals that are connected with the clappers and bells, or there's the automatic rotating drum which makes it play. It plays music every 15 minutes, so on your visit you'll be sure to hear it. Outside of this room, you can walk along narrow paths on the outside of the belfry, which offer great views around Ghent in all directions, and you're also able to spot the landmarks as you wander. It truly makes the visit and the steep climb worth every bit of effort in order to experience the city from a bird's eye view. Of course, if you choose not to use the lift from the first floor, you can climb the 300 medieval steps that will lead you to this point. As I mentioned earlier, views like this, especially on a clear day, make all of the experience worth it. You can see over the city and people watch from above. With its 360 views, we would imagine a trip up here during sunset would be very romantic too. The view over Ghent provides you with a snapshot of the medieval city that you'll never forget. As we make our way back down, you'll enter inside the exhibit room of the older bells of the belfry. Historically, the bells were used to announce the time, sound warnings, and announce victories. This impressive bell of the belfry is called Roland. First, it only served as an alarm bell to warn the citizens of Ghent of an approaching enemy, or a battle won, but it was later used to indicate each hour and therefore regulate life in the city. A collection of smaller bells followed the hourly ringing of Roland to warn the people that a new hour was almost there. Roland's bell, which was also named the Great Triumphant, is named after the commander-in-chief who warned Charlemagne of danger. The bell was cast in 1314 and weighed 5,000 kilograms. It would be rung to warn of danger before any executions took place and to drown out thunder. In 1659 it was melted down to cast for a new bell. The new bell was damaged in 1914 to announce the opening of the Ghent Festival, so it had to be replaced. Further down we get to see more of the medieval bells and a selection of some of the older bells that have been used throughout its history. Some quick information for you if you do choose to come here. The building is open every day from 10 AM till 6 PM, and tickets for an adult will set you back around €11. But if you have one of the handy Ghent City Passes, you'll experience here your visit for free. It's worth noting, unfortunately, however, that the belfry is not accessible to visitors with any reduced mobility. If you're looking for a gift after your visit, then take a look in the shop underneath the belfry where you purchase your ticket. In there they offer some memorable gifts that you can take home to remember your visit. And if you're visiting with children, Visit Ghent offer a children's guide that will hopefully keep them entertained, with a dragon hunt in the tower that at the end rewards them with a medal, making them dragon herders for life. So we really hope you've enjoyed a visit to one of Ghent's most famous landmarks, and that it's given you some inspiration to visit the gorgeous Belfry on your visit here. We want to give a shout out to our newest member on the channel. It's Art by Donna. We really appreciate you and thank you for being part of the Pinned family. So if you've enjoyed the video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and consider supporting us over on our Patreon from links down in the description, or joining us as channel members here on YouTube. So we'll see you in the next one. Till next time.